Cool. Afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I think we've got everyone here who's going to be jumping on by now. So I'll introduce myself quickly. My name's Luke. I work here on the business development team here at Academia, and we're excited to announce that we've partnered with Unity to provide the Unity Academic Alliance Programme. Who we have with us today is Stuart, who's the head of education partnerships from Unity itself. He's going to give us a quick presentation, but I will just go through a few little bits of housekeeping beforehand. So the two main things to say are, you might have noticed already, but there's a chat facility. Please feel free to use it as we go along. We always find that everyone gets the most from the session if you ask questions as you go. The chances are, if you're thinking of a question, then someone else is thinking it as well. So pop them in as you go along, and we'll have a Q&A session at the end where between us, we will answer all those questions. And the other thing to say is that I have a big triangle in front of me on the screen which says emergency. And what that is a chance for any technical issues to be solved by me pressing that and a new room being generated and you all automatically switching over from it. What that results in is us being 10 seconds ahead. So we'll just let you know that when you post a question, it will take 10 seconds to get to us. So there might be a little bit of a delay, but that shouldn't be an issue. We rarely have to use that and shouldn't have to today. So what I'm going to do is play you a 3-minute video now. It's a Unity video to introduce the webinar, and then Stuart will take over from there to talk you through the Unity Academic Alliance Programme.
In Unity, you can do anything.
In Unity, I can choose who I want to be.
With Unity, I can have a small-sized team, but deliver on AAA quality.
It's pretty groundbreaking, let's just put it that way.
Whether or not that's film or games, construction or automotive, this creative medium is available to everyone.
So what's the real-time engine? In factual terms, it is a piece of software, but it's so much more than that.
Unity's real-time 3D is an environment built to build video games, but these other industries are getting on board.
What Unity provides is a way that people from different disciplines communicate. Designers and artists and coders collaborate on the design together.
Unity is the bridge. That's how I see it.
In game development, it solves a lot of problems so you don't have to.
It's not just an editor engine company. It's giving the developers the tools to get our games in front of as many people around the globe as possible and make something that's really, really successful.
What is unique about Unity is we want to help developers build long-term relationship with players and generate revenue. Our vision is building successful businesses for our creators.
Whether you're one person and an indie developer,
or you're part of a large team where you have 100 different peers working on one Unity game, you're all being powered by the same technology.
giving you this extra boost, this extra leg up to make our lives easier, but also to make the game better.
Unity is drastically changing the automotive industry. Using Unity as a glue, we can cover the whole life cycle of production processes.
Design, ergonomics, safety.
Machine learning training. Hey, can we actually test how rain will look and the wipers performance? To add the moose in front of the car and see how it will react. And everything was super fast because we were running Unity from the back seats.
In the construction field, we use Unity for everything and then some.
With augmented reality, we can overlay the entire building in front of the developer. We can feel the space with this dynamic environment that we can walk through. Select your wood grain, oak versus cherry, add lighting.
Our team can update the site, the project, the model instantaneously.
We can change how buildings are built.
Once again, my name's Dr. Stuart Edwards Trafford. I've spent the last 15 years working in the education technology sector. And what I want to talk to you today about is, first of all, Unity technologies, but secondly, preparing students for life after academic studies and for professional certification. But it's not also about preparing the student, it's about also preparing the university and the faculty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through a few slides, first of all about Unity, but also about then the Unity Academic Alliance Program. Unity is about 20 years old now, formally formed in Denmark. Our headquarters are in San Francisco. And we've got a strategic partnership with Academia here in the UK. And we're working very closely hand in hand to deliver the appropriate solutions and support to the university across the United Kingdom. Okay, great. So we can move forward from this one. We can go back to the beginning. We can walk through the introductions. We're going to do a quick overview of the market. We're going to talk about the Unity Academic Alliance, but I want to plant enough seeds. I want enough Q&A at the end. From my perspective, we're speaking with universities globally about this program. There's lots of interest. Unity, when we went public in September, we created a social impact fund. And that really is to lower the barriers to entry. Some of this innovative new technology is fairly expensive if you work in industry, if you're working in film and media, and in architecture, engineering, construction. But we really wanted to lower those barriers to entry, ensure that faculty and students have access to it. They understand the technology and are able to then get professionally certified at the end of it. Can you move forward? Super interesting statistic that just came out from PwC. PwC have been at the forefront of this industry, and it's really eye-opening, as this statistic of 1.5 trillion for the next 10 years just shows the opportunity here that not only Unity has, but real-time 3D as a market. There's other companies working in real-time 3D, but what I think sets Unity apart is the agnostic approach we have. We work in every single sector, every single industry, and we have a large platform ecosystem that's agnostic in nature as well, working with Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony, all the large distribution platforms. If you move forward. So the demand for real-time 3D skills has increased over the last year 600% more than the labor market. There's been a 1,400% increase in the demand for augmented reality and virtual reality talent in 2019, 2020. If you look at mobile games and you pull out your phone from your pocket, right, 71% of the top 1,000 games, Android, iOS, were built using Unity. 71%. There's 5 billion downloads of applications that are built with Unity per month. So I say this to say that, the opportunity for students to learn how to build and develop and ultimately create immersive environments using Unity technologies, the opportunity over the next decade for a career, for a high-achieving, well-paid career, unlimited right now. Unity, the engineering team, I think we have about 27 job recs open right now, and they've been open for about 3-4 months because we can't find the talent to fill them. We talk with partners on a daily basis, and they can't find the talent that they need. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to work with universities, lower the barriers to entry, help faculty understand how to augment existing courses with the Unity platform, and ultimately have students come out of university with their diploma, but also a professional certification. But not only a professional certification, a certification that's aligned with industry standards. So when a recruiter for a company, Fortune 500, is looking at real-time 3D creators, they know that the certification is aligned with industry, and when they hire someone with that certification, they can hit the ground running. Move forward. So what underlies this, or our mission at Unity, is fundamentally we believe a world is a better place with more creators in it. This is a philosophy that's centered around serving creators. It's the heartbeat of our company. It motivates us every day, to solve some of the toughest engineering, data, and operational problems across all sectors. If you move forward. I think why I wanted to show this statistic here is the one on the end. It's 8 million people in a developer community. I think one of the factors why Unity is so well used, the barriers to entry are much lower, is when someone asks a question in the community, whether it's a student or a faculty member or a researcher, or maybe it's a collaboration between the private sector and the university, you can go to Unity support, but most of the time, the community answer the question for you much quicker. Move forward. So as you can see here, this is, I really like this slide. And, there's numerous initiatives that Unity works on a daily basis, everything from location-based experiences, data visualization, digital twins, in all industries. If you look at one of those other statistics, 10 out of the 10 top car manufacturers use Unity when they're building out next generation models, right? We worked very closely with McLaren, and McLaren always use clay models, and those clay models cost generally in the region of 100 to 150,000 pounds each time an iteration was made. And generally, to get to ideation to conception, it took about 9 models, so almost $1 million, right? They were then they were able to use our technology to be able to build the next generation design collaboratively anywhere in the world. If you move forward. I just wanted to pull this up. This increases usually every month. We bring on new partners, but this just showcases the skill set that once a student has that Unity certification or the experience, right? It's not only Unity who they can go and work for. It's almost every country, every company, every platform, and the job demand and the growth is just experiential right now. Can you move forward? So what does all this mean to universities? What does all this mean to Unity, to academia? How can we help students, creators? How can we help them not only understand the technology, but enable them to connect with industry and have a career? So Unity, I think about 18 months ago, took a step back and said, hey, how can we support the education institutions? How can we support faculty, students? And they came up with a Unity Academic Alliance program. And Kibble, if it's okay, if you just share that first video, it's just a 1-minute video, and it just gives you a quick teaser of some of the assets in the program. Okay, if you want to show the slides again. And if we move forward, universities they have a critical role, right, to support local, regional economies, disseminate knowledge, share innovation with industry, support entrepreneurs, and provide communities with the skilled workforces they need. What we're seeing, and really this has come to the fore with the pandemic, is a lot of students get trained or skilled or educated in their local community. But once they prepare for a career, there isn't a career there in their local community, and they have to move away somewhere else where there is opportunity. And the other thing, and the other aspect to think about here is changing the education mindset, right? You know, we look at education and the way it's delivered and the learning and the teaching. It's very similar to how it was started in the Industrial Revolution, right? And what we want to do and using these technologies, not just Unity, is, you know, go from this kind of archaic mindset where it's centuries old into this agile innovation mindset that can adapt to changes in our environment. And I think we've seen that over the pandemic, how school systems, educators, learners, everyone's had to adapt very, very quickly. And as this technology continues to evolve, what they learn yesterday may not be applicable tomorrow. We move forward. So the Unity Academic Alliance program, it's designed to help education institutions innovate. And it's also designed to provide affordable, industry-aligned products, curricular guidance, and professional development needed to start and expand real-time 3D programs. What we see on campuses globally is, in some instances, researchers use our technology. In other instances, a certain faculty member in a certain discipline uses our technology. But what we're seeing over the last 18 months of the pandemic is it's become a multidisciplinary approach. These silos have been knocked down. You know, the medical schools collaborating with designers and computer science developers, and they're coming up with these initiatives that are cross-disciplinary, which also means that a lot of the purse strings that are attached to this kind of technology are also pulled together as well. And the great thing about this program is it's a one-time program for the whole campus, not just a discipline, not just a faculty member. Once the program is on campus, then academia, Unity, the faculty, you who are in attendance today, can market it to other faculties, other students, and say, hey, we have this program. There are these discounts associated with it, and really look to quickly start and expand the programs across the campus and empower the faculty to learn themselves, to get certified, but also how they can embed Unity into their existing courses. Next. So just to reiterate, the key here is to drive a diploma, right, with a job-ready certification. On a daily basis, there's a lot of university students who come out of school with, they're not sure what to do. They don't have a job lined up, and they don't have a professional certification that is applicable to a job that may be in the market. So as you can see here, as we're talking about the Unity Academic Alliance program, this is just a single offering from Unity Education. There are many more, but this is the one that we wanted to focus on today because we felt like this is the easiest entree into Unity, to establish Unity on a campus. You know, like it says here, I don't want to repeat this, but, you know, once a program is on campus, you know, the faculty, the students, they can get up to 70% discount on additional products. You know, you think about our Mars product, that is aligned across all disciplines around, you know, augmented reality. So it doesn't matter if you're in the medical school, it doesn't matter if you're in the architectural school. As students and faculty are developing, the output will be this immersive environment. So it's really interesting. The curricular frameworks, these, you know, some of them are about 80 pages, right? A lot of time, research, expertise from industry has gone into these. There's 4 right now, as you can see. There's augmented reality, virtual reality, gaming, architecture, engineering, construction. And because this is a program, there's always going to be a continuous stream of resources added. So later on this year, getting ready for back to school September, we're going to have machine learning. We're going to have artificial intelligence, and we're going to have simulation, just to add to more value to the program. What also you get is the opportunity has been part of this program to have what we call learning credits. Learning credits, and you get 80 of them, could be anything from a practice test, courseware for preparation for the professional certification, or the certification itself. So in that, you know, and you can talk with academia about this, but just in that, there's about 70% savings for these 80 learning credits. So you think about a single course, you could have 30, 40 students, and you could maybe choose the 30 students in the program and give them, you know, 30 learning credits towards the practice test and 30 learning credits towards the certification. With 20 remaining, you might want to give those students who may need the extra courseware. But then ultimately, if you need more and faculty on the campus need more, because you are part of the program, lowering the barriers to entry, there's an additional percentage off extra you know, learning credits. So all in all, it's just this one-stop hub. You know, academia can walk you through the portal. Everyone receives a portal for their campus. It's also a community, so you can connect with other researchers, faculties that are creating innovative experiences on their particular campus. We like to showcase your work as well every month. We have a pretty robust education community. We love to create use cases about your work and how you're using the UAA program. So there's a lot we can do together. Another factor here is the working hand in hand with recruitment for the campus, right? For the university, for the college, for the vocational school. Recruitment, to say that, you know, you do have this program on campus, you are able to get a professional certification. You know, the universities that already are program members, that's in their prospectus to the students, right? To say, hey, you can get a business administration degree here, but also you can take Unity courses and become professionally certified. Can you move forward? Here's some of the discounted products, and I think what academia are planning to do is disseminate this afterwards, and please go online and take a look at some of these products. But just to outline, you know, Mars Interact, we're seeing a lot of uptick in augmented reality, virtual reality, because it's multidisciplinary, because it's agnostic to every industry. As you go down the line of other products, right, they become more specific to different disciplines. If you move forward. The curricular frameworks, I already touched on these a little bit, but really they're looking at your existing courses, right, and help you augment the existing course with Unity. Like I mentioned, it's very with researchers to align frameworks and learning resources. So once a student walks through your course or a course on the university campus, you know, they will have the baseline knowledge to prepare them for a professional certification. Can you move forward? Different levels of certifications, of course. You know, entry level is the associate, and what we're finding is that the first course a student takes, maybe they take that course over the year or the semester, and they come up with the associate certification. There may be high schoolers coming in who already have the certified associate degree from a further education college, who may need to go straight to the professional. And then, you know, as they become more immersed in our technology and enter the workforce, we're also talking about, you know, what does it look like for the alumni, right? Can we still give the alumni over a 5-year period the same discounts, right, and get them professionally certified or upskilled? You do have a very varied selection, and we do have the right resources and certifications. You know, 15 years ago, we're all focused around gaming, right? The gamification now of every industry is something that we're delivering. So it's very agnostic in nature. Doesn't matter if the student is computer science, in the medical school, in the construction school, the certification will pertain to them. Next slide. And this is just a quick glimpse of the portal. So, you know, if during this discussion today, this Unity Academic Alliance program is something that you may be interested in to kickstart a course or you know, an initiative on campus, maybe there's some faculty you want to work with, but ultimately the university will receive access to this portal. In the portal, you'll find the benefits. You'll see the curricular frameworks. You'll have access to the community. And what I mean by the community is Unity generally every 2 weeks hosts a live series, right, for educators. And maybe we get faculty who are already building in Unity, researchers, folks who have already created initiatives around location-based experiences. Whatever the topic, we bring in professionals as well. You'll have access to those talks, and if you can't make it live, all the recordings will be there too. There's always the frequently asked questions, right? And a lot of that goes into, you know, what is Unity 101, right? And all those resources, and looking at the Learn platform, for example, where, you know, you can curate your own learning pathway. So if you do have a course on campus, there may be a prerequisite where you've created a certain pathway for the students to come into your course with a baseline of knowledge. All right. Thank you very much. I hope that, you know, what I mentioned over the last, 20 minutes resonated with you. You know, my job working globally is to support universities, to support partners like academia, and feel free to ask any questions now, and we'll try and answer them. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Stuart. Yeah, so we do have a few questions. This is probably a good time if anyone's got any remaining ones, fire away in the chat, but we'll start from the bottom. Jason has asked, will these slides be made available to us? So I think I can answer that one. Shouldn't be a problem sending you the slides over, and we will also send you the recording afterwards as well, in case you want to share it with any other members of your team that couldn't make it today. Stanley has then asked, what happens if you need more learning credits than you get with the membership? It said 80. So how that works is you would get 80 with your original membership to the UAA program. If you need any more past that point, because you are now a member, you now get access to that up to 70% discount. So you can then buy them from that point on, however many you need. You can buy one or you can buy another 80. It's really up to you. We've got Deb's next. Deb said, this might be one for you, Stuart, if that's all right. Do these certifications tie in with Certiport's Unity certification?
100%.
Perfect. And then a second one from Deb's, does the learning tie in with Pluralsight's courses?
So the Certiport is a delivery mechanism for Unity. Pluralsight, I don't know too much about that. You know, if you do a Google search on Unity courses, you know, there's a lot of Unity users out there who've created their own learning pathways, who've created their own learning courses, and they charge for them. You know, we have no kind of transparency or access to what they're building, right? What we build is research, is industry aligned, but ultimately there's a lot of people using the platform, right? As you can see, there's a huge community, and a lot of people can monetize that and can create their own learning and teaching environments. We don't really have access into what they're building, and you know, from our perspective, you know, that's why we have partners like academia, because they're the ones who have the, you know, researched programs and products that we're able to deliver on behalf of Unity.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Next, we have Stanley again. Do students need to be on campus when taking the exams? So no is the short answer to that. They can be anywhere they like. And to go into a bit how that looks, you'd get these 80 learning credits, and then it is up to you as the admin to distribute them to students as you see fit. Some people will do it at the start of the course. Some people will wait for the students to come to them and ask them for them. Once you've assigned that learning credit to the student, they've then got a year to either take the test, work the courseware, or go for the certification from that point onwards, and they don't have to be on campus for that.
Yeah, and we work very closely with the Professional Training Center with Pearson VUE. So they will be the ones who administer the certification test. It's not Unity, it's a professional organization, and we work through Pearson.
Cool, thank you. So we've got Alistair, who asked, will we have a recording afterwards? You can indeed, no problem. James has asked, what would be a good starting point? I'm thinking to start off with to get teaching staff certified. Question from a further education college.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Like, if this program lands on campus, it does make sense that, the faculty use those learning credits themselves initially, right? You think about who's teaching the students, it is the faculty. And from my perspective, a lot of the times the program lands on a campus and maybe it's one faculty member who goes through the program with the students. But maybe it helps initially that you bring in a cohort of faculty and you work through, some of the learning content and at least get that experience, maybe not professionally certified, maybe that's not something that you need to do, but at least go through the learning and development process, get that experience, and then you can pass that on to the students. We're seeing very varied models, but personally, I do like the idea that when this program is in discussion on a campus, there's other faculty that could be interested to open it up because the program is for the entire campus.
Perfect, thank you. So Fraser has asked, we aren't in a position to put Unity into any of our courses, but is there a scope/precedence for Unity being adopted through a university, society, or club?
Yeah, 100%, because a lot of the times it could take 12 months to 18 months to change the curricular framework, to change how the course is implemented. From my perspective, there's always a lot of red tape and hurdles. But on campus, we see a lot of societies, we see a lot of student societies as well. And, from our perspective, let's start there, right? If it is going to take time to embed the program on campus through an actual course, let's start somewhere else, right? There's a lot of interest from a lot of students around AR, VR technology specifically, and we want to embrace that. We want to build, innovation directors and IT and ultimately the faculty and the students to embrace this new technology for innovation and help, the next generation understand and be able to develop a career around this. So yeah, there's multiple ways we can get started on a campus for sure. It doesn't have to be a certified course in one of the disciplines.
Perfect, thank you. So Mark's asked the certifications, how and where can students sit the exams? So is that, I think we've covered that one, haven't we? Is that online?
Yes, so what will happen is a university signs up to the program with academia there to support the university. And what will happen initially is the university will be sent the portal access, right? There'll be an administrator, then the administrator can distribute portal access to all the faculty on campus if they wish, right? You all have access to that portal, the community, the curricular frameworks, the fully downloadable. And then the second step is, the learning credits, right? There'll be access to the learning credit platform. And once again, there'll be kind of a gatekeeper of that to distribute those learning credits to whomever they choose.
Awesome.
It's really very simple.
Perfect. So Alistair has asked, would we have access to specialist assets within this Alliance program?
Yeah, I probably need to understand a little bit more, but you know, from our perspective, we have the asset marketplace where you can go and find additional assets to integrate with our platform. You know, the program is kind of what I see as a starting point. You do have access to everything Unity offers.
Cool, thank you. So David's asked, what does 80 credits buy? One session, one student for a whole course. So I don't know if maybe, Stuart, you could go into a little bit about how typically the credits are used.
Yeah, so think of a learning credit as a single certification or a single practice test, a single piece of courseware in preparation for the certification. What we generally see, to be honest, is a split 40-40, where it's practice test and certification split between either faculty and students. A lot of the times, you know, that split 40 and 40 goes very quickly, as you can imagine. Some of the times it's a single course, but that's where the you know, the discounts come into play here when the faculty members or students are looking for additional learning credits.
Awesome, thank you. Zaid has said, great talk, thanks for the explanation. No problem, Zaid. Do universities need to undergo specific procedures to become part of the plan?
Not at all. No, this program really is open to anybody. You know, we work with a lot of further education colleges, for example. Here in the US, high school 16 to 18, we work a lot with vocational schools to get that professional certification. 2-year colleges and schools, 4-year diploma schools as well. But also adult education, right? Like there's a lot of displaced workers. There's a lot of folks who are looking for different careers right now. And, you know, the training, the courseware, the professional certification, you know, because it does align to industry, it is of tremendous value to them.
Perfect, thank you. So David has asked, what is the certification cycle for the university? Is there an annual recertification?
So right now, the certification is 2 years, and that's where it is. But I think it's going to be 3 years in the near future, probably at the start of 2022. So for your students to go through, generally they'll get the you know, the user and then the associate, those two. And by the time they complete the studies, you know, it'll be kind of up to them as they enter their careers if they wanted to continue to stay certified.
Perfect, thank you. Zaid has asked, what are the cost implications for becoming part of the program, which I can answer as part of academia. So academia can offer you the program for £6,000 excluding VAT. So, and to reiterate, what that gives you is access to the portal. You get your marketing package, say you're an official partner. You get the curricular guidance and all that kind of stuff, and then you get the 80 learning credits to spend as you like. And also an important factor is you get the 70% discount from that moment of signing up. And if you want to talk about that in any further detail afterwards, we're more than happy to jump on a Teams call or a phone call to run through that in a bit more detail afterwards. So next we've got. I think
just to touch on that as well, Luke. You know, from a Unity perspective, I think there's about 80% discount on the resources you get with the learning credits, the curricular frameworks. So this isn't. This is really for education, right? We want to help faculty. We want to help students. We want to help the next generation because there is such a need. And this really is a social impact initiative. This isn't seen as a revenue generating engine for our company. It's really seen as social impact and supporting the great work you're already doing.
Perfect, thank you. And just to add to that, Jason's asked, same as Zaid, but is it also an annual cost? So the answer to that is yes. It's you pay as a one-off, and that's 1 year membership.
And just to again, just to touch again, Luke. You know, when you renew the following year, those additional 80 learning credits are added, right? So it's not like 80 and you're done. The following year, if you renew, then you'll get 80 more learning credits, and maybe in the future it'll be 100, right? It's never going to go down because it is a social impact initiative. but the following year, you'll have access to other resources. Like I mentioned, in September when the, hopefully the release of the artificial intelligence and machine learning simulation frameworks come out as well. So we're always looking to develop this program, and we're always looking to add more resources.
Perfect, thank you. Zaid has asked, are you entitled to share who the suppliers of such resources are? Is it from Unity themselves or third-party professionals?
It's Unity, working with third-party professionals, researchers, industry professionals, but it's Unity who are actually delivering it.
Perfect. Alistair has asked, machine learning and...
Just to go back as well, Luke, like having the conversation about Pluralsight and, all the other courseware platforms that are out there, this is driven by Unity, whereas the others may not be.
Cool, perfect. So Alistair has asked, machine learning and AI are going to be a big part of the focus around one of the new departments we have at the university. Is there anywhere we can preview what sort of content will be on these courses you mentioned?
Yeah, I'll be happy to work with academia, and maybe I can get a couple of screenshots or a draft available. We'd be happy to show you. Absolutely.
Perfect. David's asked, how much is a learning credit before discount?
Yeah, so like a learning credit, you can go online and see how much a certification costs. You can go online how much the courseware costs, practice tests. Probably, I work with academia on this, but it's all publicly available information. All I can say is, with the £6,000, there's about £28,000 of resources there. So it's a huge saving.
Cool, thank you. Zaid, do these credits roll over?
They don't. You have a year to use them.
Perfect, thank you. And Jason, do you have a list of the things we can buy with the credits to better understand the value?
Yeah, and that's something, speak with academia. They'll be able to walk you through the portal in real time, showcase that. And then with that, you'll see the benefits that go along with it.
Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. I think unless we've got any last minute ones in there, we'll give room for the 10-second delay here. But I think that is all the questions answered. Just to reiterate, we will send this out to you afterwards, and we can also send you the slides. We'll be in touch to see how you found this, and if you want to discuss it any further. If you do, we'll get a Teams meeting in the diary. We'll catch up on this and can go through any final details. If you have any questions that you don't think of right now, feel free to get in touch and we'll answer them for you, no problem. And that just leaves me to say thanks for joining us.